when you think about it, and lots of times there's not enough information, so many times people just confuse HIV and AIDS to be the same thing. It's considered to be like a death sentence, and the taboo associated to it, it's awful. More than the HIV killing people, it's just the taboo and the secrecy and how people just don't want to talk about it, the fear about it. That's what's really the problem. So it's a huge issue that we don't have enough information about it, and sex education isn't so comprehensive.
So everybody knows what PrEP is, right? Yes! So you know, the extraordinary thing is we have now a set of tools that are incredibly powerful. So the first and most important one is, of course, knowing your status. If you're living with the virus, getting on antiviral therapy, you can now live to be into your 70s. The average life expectancy was 11 months. My lover at the time actually made it 5 years, which seemed like a miracle at the time. But he still died in 1991 before there was any treatment. So you know, now we talk about people living into their 70s with this virus. That's the average life expectancy is 72. So the first thing you have to know is you're living in a completely different era. We actually can manage this disease.
I'm here for the fight. I don't know. I'm here for the fight.
Young people are like a special stakeholder and agent of change within the HIV response, and therefore like their needs, their voices need to be heard. Not as because normally like when young people are involved, they are involved as tokens. What we call tokens is just having a young person to check that from the list and say, hey, we had young people in there. Whereas they are the ones that can actually provide good input, that can actually like provide suggestions, so change is actually like guaranteed.
It's important to engage young people in the fight for the HIV/AIDS because the young people are the world's biggest population. They are the key players in this field, and there will not be an end to HIV/AIDS without full, effective, meaningful inclusion of young people.
Young people are the key to everything right now. Remember the slogan where people said, youth are the future, but we're actually the present. So we're the present and the future, so we actually want to be a part of everything that's happening, that's affecting ourselves. Therefore, we can do much more for ourselves than anybody else can.
I'm here for the fight. Listen to the fire. I'm here for the fight.
All of us from different workshops came together to decide what are the most important ones for us, and we sort of had a democratic process of voting the 3 most important challenges. So what we ended up with were financial means, just to highlight. The second one was youth voices not being taken seriously and being heard, and the third one was just a lack of structure, both legal, political, and organizational structures for youth to become a part of the decision-making processes.
If we are not thought of someone who is worthy to give that input, we are not being like funded to do so. So we are not having the training to actually be capable of addressing our own issues and to the problematics that we deal with, like on a daily basis. So that's a vicious cycle that keeps on repeating.
You better run, you better do what you just beat it, just beat it.